Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee, twice in one day. Can you believe it? I really wanted to talk about this new variant and take a look at it, but I ran out of time. I talked too much in my other video, but now y'all are all up to speed and I don't have to talk about what's going on with me because now y'all all know. So I'm going to make the second one. I have already laid out the cards and shuffled them. I just want to do a really quick look at this Omicron variant. Isn't it weird? Omicron, the way it's spelled. I was looking at it, I was like, how come it's not Omicron? And a bunch of the journalists and anchors on the news were saying, even Biden said Omicron, and it's Omicron because it's Greek. I'm like, why is it Omicron? It doesn't look right, but it's Greek. Anyway, so I wanted to take a look and see how it's going to affect the economy. When they first came out with it, the stock market took a plunge, and then Biden made his speech and said that we're not going to have a shutdown and all this, and then the markets went back up again. But they sure have been going up and down with the supply chain issues and everything. We have enough of everything, you guys, we really do. We all have more than we need. Honestly, we need less, really. What we need is more understanding, love, kindness, generosity. We need to help each other. That's what we really need. So my husband was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't want anything." The older you get, the harder it is to find something that you want because anything that you would really want costs way too much, right? Oh, I'd like a 2 week vacation to somewhere where I don't have to worry about anything at all. And that's not going to happen in this day and time. I said I wasn't going to talk about my family, but I have to say a little something. My husband's sister that lives in Scotland, her and her husband live in Scotland, but they went to Iran because her granddaughter was born. So she went there to go see her granddaughter for the first time, and everybody there is sick. The father of that baby, that's her daughter's child, the father went in the hospital with COVID. I think I told y'all about that. He was really, really, really sick. He was in the hospital for like 3 weeks. It was touch and go. It was really scary, but he's fine. He made it out okay. And his sister and brother-in-law have both had, both of their shots. And I think they didn't have Pfizer. They had the other one. Now I can't even think of what it is. Anyway, they both have COVID. His sister got COVID really, really bad. She got so sick, and she has been sick for weeks, and she's had both of her shots. They didn't get their booster right before they left, but they've had 2 shots. And they can't come home because they have COVID, and they have had it for like 3 weeks, and they just took another test because they're trying to come, get back to Scotland, but they can't. They can't leave the country because they got COVID. They're still sick with it. And I mean, we FaceTime his sister all the time. She was so, so, so sick. But of course, she didn't have to have oxygen or anything like that because she had, she has her vaccine. So she had like a horrible case of like a horrible flu, very bad flu, just all this respiratory and everything. And she was also getting the what is it called? I have to look at it. Can't remember what it's called, like the medicine, but it's the antibodies. So in Iran, she was getting the antibodies, and I guess they give that to you through an IV. So she would have to go to the hospital and get infused with the antibodies, and she did that a few times too. So even though she and her husband, he's positive, but he doesn't have any, symptoms. He doesn't have any symptoms at all, but he is positive. So he might not be shedding that much of it. I think that's what happened with my grandson because he was vaccinated. He just didn't shed a lot of the virus because he was vaccinated. So it's probably not like replicating a lot and you're not shedding it. So nobody in our family got sick, but they're still stuck in Iran and he's ready to go home. He wants to go home and she's happy to be stuck in Iran. He's lived in Scotland for many, many years and all his children are there. They both lost their spouses, and then they married about almost 10 years ago now. So, anyway. All right, guys, so let's take a look. I have the cards laid out for the Omicron variant and how will it affect the economy. This is the first card that I pulled on that. This is the King of Wands. Let's get this for Biden. So Biden is doing everything he can to make sure that it doesn't affect the economy. He is doing everything he can. He's in control, and he has creative solutions to help that. So that's what this is about. And then we have the angel of peace upon us here. So we're being protected. Okay, that's good to know. And this is a little bit concerning. This is the Four of Swords. So I feel like, yeah, it may slow the economy down a little bit. I don't know if, not hurt it, but it will slow it down a little bit. So there's things going on. But there's so many people at work. Bunch of people are going back to work, and the economy is getting stronger. So it slows it down a little bit, but we got a lot of people going back to work. We got a lot of new jobs coming up and everything, so it'll be okay. It'll be all right. The next question I had for Spirit is it going to be worse than Delta? That's what I want to know. Should we be worried? Is it going to, have more effect on us? We're going to have more breakthroughs. This is King of Cups. So this is all about balance. So I think this is pretty balanced out, pretty much the same as Delta. Now, of course, it's a variant, so there's a little bit of difference, but it's pretty close to the same. There's a lot of much of the same going on here. Just think of it like that. So this is the Hierophant next. So how we're treating COVID the conventional way with the vaccine, I feel like that will work too. So I don't feel like it's going to be any worse than the Delta or the what we're doing, getting vaccinated, protecting ourselves, the conventional wisdom of the day. That's what we're supposed to do. Wear our mask when we go out in public. It won't have, any more effect on vaccinated people than the Delta. The next card I got is the Death card. So I feel like the Death card is about, it can affect people that, haven't been vaccinated. So it could kill somebody that wasn't vaccinated. And I think that's what it is. So this is, conventional wisdom saying be vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, this could possibly kill you. So please, people, get vaccinated. Really, get vaccinated. And this is a choice. That's what this is. Two of Wands. So it's all about us making a choice. You have to make a choice that's good for you, that's good for your family. Why wouldn't you choose to protect yourself? Why wouldn't you choose to protect your family? I have all my family members. None of them are vaccinated. They're not vaccinated. They got together for Thanksgiving. They all, were together, and none of them are vaccinated. So I think this is just about, that's your choice. Is it worse than Delta? Well, I don't think it's any worse than Delta, but your choices could, make it feel like it's worse. If you get this Omicron and you're not vaccinated, you might think it's worse than the Delta variant because you didn't experience it, So you have a choice to make for yourself to be vaccinated or not. And again, I'm asking, is our vaccine going to hold up against this Omicron? And I just pulled a couple of cards on that, and I think so. So again, this is about your choice, Do you going to get vaccinated? It's your choice, yes or no. Are you going to do it or not? It will hold up against the vaccine will hold up against it, but it's your choice, It really is. And also, I think this two could be, it will hold up against the vaccine when you've been double vaccine. And of course now we've been told to get a booster. Did you guys get your booster? I had a booster shot not too long ago. So If you're double vaccinated, you're going to do well. And then if you get your booster, even better. Okay. Now they're talking about they're going to start. Pfizer, I think, just asked for permission. I don't know what to be able to give a booster to the teenagers, the 12-year-olds and up, 12 to 18, something like that, or 12 to 17, whatever it is. So they've just applied for that. I heard on TV tonight. So yeah, get your booster shot. Get it. So it will hold up against that. But the people that refused, it's not going to do well. So if you refuse to get a vaccine, you're not going to do well against this Omicron. That's all there is to it. You'll hopefully, if you don't come in contact with it, just because people have been lucky and haven't come in contact with it, they think they're beating it. You know what I mean? I haven't gotten it. I didn't get it. My immune system's strong. I didn't get it. You just didn't come in contact with it. You wore your mask, and that's good, and I'm glad people aren't getting sick, but they're not beating it because they didn't get a vaccine. They are just rolling the dice, and they're just lucky they haven't come in contact with that germ. If that germ is out there, if it's floating around and you haven't been vaccinated and you come in contact with it, you're going to get sick. You're going to get sick no matter what. Now, of course, there are people that don't get as sick as others. That is true. And they're looking at different blood types and stuff. And for some reason, some blood types get sicker than others. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know everything about that. But I have heard about it, seen about it, read about it a little bit here and there. But it's just rolling the dice. Not getting vaccinated is rolling the dice. And they're saying that, only like a fourth of the children that could be vaccinated have gotten vaccinated. People don't want to vaccinate their kids. And it's so sad. They don't trust the government. I asked my family, why aren't you vaccinated? Oh, I have a good friend and she's not vaccinated either. And I'm like, why? Why? Well, we have a really strong immune system. We have really strong. Okay, your belief system really can work really well for you and really good for you. And I do believe that, because where there's intention, there's strength. And that is true. But would you want to roll the dice on that? Do you really want to roll the dice on that? Because if we could all manifest everything that we want in our life, our lives would be perfect. We can manifest our lives, but we don't know how to manifest everything all the time because we have egos, and we don't understand exactly how it works. So do you want to manifest your immune system, or do you want to just go ahead and take a vaccine and not worry about it? You can still manifest good health and still work on it in that way, and still, take your vitamin D, C, E, take it all, and work, eat healthfully and everything, and work on having a strong immune system, and have a vaccine too. I took a vaccine, it didn't hurt me any. I don't have any. I know some people are saying that they have a side effect from it. I have never met anybody that's had a side effect from it, and I know lots of people that have been vaccinated, and I don't know anybody. And I'm sure there are people out there that do. Some people have allergies to something in it. I understand that. But other than that, or if, for some reason you have some type of illness and you can't get vaccinated, I understand that too. That's why it's really important for those people to wear their mask while they're outside to protect themselves. Now, it used to be we're wearing our mask to protect others, right? We're protecting others because if we had COVID, we didn't want to give it to somebody else. But now we're wearing a mask to protect ourselves because we know we don't have COVID because we're vaccinated. So wear a mask to protect yourself. I myself haven't been wearing my mask. If I'm in a really crowded place, I might put it on. My daughters, they're a little more stricter than me. And isn't that funny? We went to a thrift store and my daughters were all wore their mask. And I didn't wear my mask. I'm like, I don't want to wear it. I'm not wearing it. And it wasn't a whole lot of people there either, but they put their mask on. So they're being careful. Anyway, one of my daughters didn't get her booster shot, so I can understand why she's wearing her mask. She needs to go get her booster shot. I have to talk to her about that, push her to go do it. But my other two daughters, my daughter that's a hairdresser, she had just gotten her vaccine. She put it off and put it off, and she wasn't going to do it, and then finally she decided to do it. She talked to somebody, and they kind of told her, it was a man that talked to her. I don't know how he told her, but he told her she needed to do that. And she don't listen to me, but she listened to, and he was a relative stranger. Go figure, right? You really can't talk to your own children. You can beg them, but they don't listen. You know how that is, guys. All right, anyway, so I just wanted to take a look at that. I didn't get to do that in my last reading, so this is just a short little reading. All right, love you guys. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now. Y'all take care.